Tier lists. A device that people usually use to, put everything in a nice little chart to explain something or another, and then probably, I don't know, say how superior they are to somebody else. But a very small selection of those tier lists are a little bit weird. They're not quite normal. So I figured I'd go take a look at a few of those and see what we go from there. As always, we'll be going from most normal to weirdest at the end. I'm sure you saw the sign language. That one's... I don't get that one, even though I may or may not have transformed the tier list into that one. But that's for later. The first one we have is a tier list of You and I Are Polar Opposites. There was one episode of this anime. That is why it is here. I don't know these characters. I think this guy had like 2 lines. This one seems to be by Joe Gaming Axe 1. So thank you for this. Okay, let's just start with this dude. Okay, he had like maybe 3 lines. Okay, 4. 4 max, alright? I don't know much about him, but I can kind of tell by his looks, right? Clearly, he's some interesting stereotypy dude, right? Clearly. And he's gotta follow that normal high school dude-ish thingy. Look, I didn't interact with any of those guys. If there even were any there, I don't know. But he's funny. He's nice. Solid C tier. Now, let's get out the elephant in the room real quick. Miyu Suzuki. Or however you're supposed to say her name. The main girl. Now, out of this cast, right? Because I'm ranking them based on each other instead of as a whole. And I feel like that's important to note. Because I don't want people going to me saying, hey, you like this girl, right? Because you put her in S tier. Yeah, she's really an S tier. Of this show, not in general. Please, thank you. She might be A tier. If I'm feeling it that day. Otherwise, B tier. Maybe that progresses. Like I said, there's a single episode of this anime out right now. Like, what do we do with this? I don't know these guys. I know this dude. He's actually a pretty smart dude. And I applaud him. I applaud his smartsness. So, good on you, dude. For being smarts. I guess you go in A tier because of that? Sure, go ahead. I don't even know these guys. I remember seeing you. You existed. And I remember thinking, while I was watching the show, huh, I like her voice actor. B tier. I don't know anything about these other guys. This is all using, it should be manga art, so maybe it's for the manga people. I don't know these guys. Great. Okay, you, Natsumi Nishi. Interesting name. Doesn't really match your blue hairband, though, I would like to say. Here, let me increase the size for you. I totally forgot about that ahead of time. Natsumi Nishi. I'm not a big fan. You're gonna go with Kintaro? Yeah, that sounds about right. Shino Azuma. I mean, I look at you, and I see you looking at me, and I think, goodness, girl, you're an A tier. Oh, man. Shuji, though? Have you seen this dude? He's always looking down on people. I mean, look at that. Like, come on. How does he even do his hair? How does he do that? I'm kind of jealous. My hair always blobs up in these, big old strands. Look at me. D tier. I don't like him. I'm jealous. I envy him. Aoi Sato. Ooh, I see the girl there. Just a little sliver of the girl. The main girl, S tier. And I mean, anyone who's a friend of the main girl has gotta be at least a P tier, right? Gets the minimum amount. Rikako Honda. Nah, she's S. No way she's not S. Like, come on. Look at her. Look at her shoulder. Think, huh? That's a weird clothes design. But look at how she looks at us. And she holds that peace sign up. Yeah. Nah. There's no way Miss Honda here isn't an S tier. I bet her personalities... I wouldn't say it's stunning, but goodness do they write that thing well. So yes, here is my you and I are polar opposites tier list. If you may wish to screenshot that, why? But I would appreciate it. Flame me on Twitter online if you would for my incorrect decision making. I would love that, quite frankly. Let's move on to our next tier list real quick. This one, another more normal one, but it's of 2B Hero X arcs. I mostly did this just so I could remember what the arcs were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 arcs. Yeah, that sounds about right. And this one's by Mr. Tier. I don't know how to say your last name. Sorry. Pet the dog. Lovely. Let's start in what I remember as the order. I don't remember the order. Everyone's favorite, nice arc. Right? And this guy really started off the series, right? I will say, didn't like the first episode that much. I know, scandalous, right? The rest of it, though, is pretty good. You know, especially with the animation, it really kind of set it up there. So it gets an 8 there. Then it goes Isol. Isol had the same animation, because they had the budget at the time, I think, unless we're going with the canonical route, and then, I mean, who knows at this point, right? Was he lying when he got interviewed about the budget? Isol, right? Now that was quite interesting. Because that arc made me think, what in the world is going on here? Everything's all crazy. Ooh, it's not just your normal super villainy thingy. So, I mean, I didn't like it as much as that one, but I still feel like I have to give it an 8 here. Let's see. Then it went Lucky Cyan, right? This is when it changed art styles. And then everything changed a little bit, right? It went to a more normal thing. So, yay. Lucky Cyan, though, I quite liked. I remember. But not too much. I'm just gonna put everything in 8 here, apparently. Goodness. Next up was... There are more arcs than this. I'm not misremembering, am I? I don't know. Queen's probably close enough to being next. We'll go with Queen. Queen arc. Oh yeah, this was with Boa and whatever. Yeah, because, you know, it ended with her and Lucky Cyan, and then it kind of started the whole... Alright, it teased the whole... this sort of group arc here. Where we had all these guys. They're all in the same arc. Overarching arc. It's weird. But yes, hers. Quite frankly, I don't remember what she did. What did she do again? Oh! I remember, yeah. She lost miserably to X! Of course! How could I have forgotten? C tier. Dragon Boy is later. Yeah. Then it goes Little Johnny, No, it goes Lily. Yeah. It goes Lily. Okay. Lily. That arc was funny. It kind of kicked off a whole weird arc scenario or all the other stuff there, and it kind of dragged on, but in terms of her arc, it was funny. It did all tie together, but it didn't really tie, you know? That's the proper arc, yeah. That's the remaining order, I think. Little Johnny... Yeah, Little Johnny went next. No, Little Johnny was after Ghostblade. Controversial decision. Ghostblade gets an S. Because it really finished off Loli's arc more, so. And also, man, is he cool? He killed a guy with a kitchen knife, man. He's cool. Little Johnny finish off Ghostblade's arc. See you here. Yeah. Man, you get a C tier, buddy. Look, I was never interested in you, and having half your arc be a flashback scene wasn't very helpful either. So, sorry about that, buddy. Here we have this one. You might be wondering, Niro, that's not a guy, that's a building! And it's floating! How's that happening? Well, sadly, I can't tell you how the building floats, but I can tell you why it's a building and not a character. Because it's a culmination of this arc, this arc, this arc, this arc, and this arc. A tier. Controversial decision, I know. Anyway, let's go Dragon Boy. Now, this is like a whole different section, right? We're in a whole new arc section. They got the budget again. Their investors backed in. So Dragon Boy. Oh, this is with the smile guy. Yeah, that was all cool and whatnot. Yeah, you get an S tier. I hate you, but I love your demise. Anyway, here's a dog. You might see the shadow and think that's a shadow of the dog. It's not. The dog doesn't look like that. Can't you tell? It's not that hard. The dog doesn't have hands. Yeah, you get a C tier. It's like a one-off episode. It was kind of like, yeah, the dog's backstory. Okay. Cool, I guess. Anyway, here's the arc where a guy goes out for coffee with a dog. That's this arc. It's an A tier. I feel like it should have been a two-parter instead of just one, because there's a lot of questions that I have, and that they had to answer online in interviews, but besides that, it was great. Yeah. It is funny, though. The whole episode is just him going out to get coffee with a dog. I mean, sure, he's fighting, like, 30-something heroes along the way, but, you know, that was all cool. The whole episode was a fight scene. That was great. And coffee, of course, you know. And then it hinted at the second season, which is probably happening sometime, but not yet. So, yep, here's my tier list. Flame me on Twitter. Okay. Remember, any press is good press, so please press me. Here, I have an anime tier list. Except these are in a separate language, and I have no clue what that says. I do find it funny that D tier is just D tier, though. So, yeah. Remember, if this says anything bad, that's not on me. I can't read. There's the guy who made it. Let's see here. I'm going to assume this is, you know, S, A, B, C, D. I forgot the alphabet, so I'll just answer this to the best of my ability. Of course, I haven't seen all of these. They're like 30-something randomly selected ones, so, well, something tells me they're not all randomly selected, but let's just see. Here, if I may. I will add a row below. And this one will be Toru Shrug. I didn't see these. The Yakuza house sitter one or something. I don't know, man. I didn't watch that one. What I did watch, though, was Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which is quite the interesting picture they chose, and I hope that the quality is too bad to see. I did watch this one, and I will gladly put it in A tier, or in this case, good. Yes, I like the cute little slice of life, and I quite enjoy the characters. They got great design. They have great character design. And they're just good. Good, you know, it's all nice, it's all funny. Here's Aharin. I did see Aharin. Good me. I saw it. Let's see. I got an alphabet again. This one's C, right? Put it here. Nah, that one's B. It gets a B tier. Again, it's cute, but, you know, correctly compared these two slice of lives, this one kind of might as well be an S tier, so maybe I should. Dragon Ball Z. This one's a hard one. But, I'll give it an A, I guess. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. I can't say no to Dragon Ball, right? It's just... I feel like that'd be scandalous, you know? And that would get me flamed online for Twitter instead of me just asking to. Like, somebody, please. I haven't been canceled yet in my career. Nobody's made a Google Doc. Why is this like a whole character arc where I'm just asking for it? That is not good. Huh. I'll rethink my decisions. Speaking of decisions, I need to decide where JoJo goes, which isn't hard because I haven't seen JoJo. I haven't. Look, I tried to watch the first one. I got like a few episodes in. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. No, look, man. I might have seen the Pokemon back in the day, but I don't remember it, man. I'm sorry. I don't know Pokemon, okay? If you ask me about the newest one, Horizons, man, maybe I could answer it, alright? But I don't know the old ones. I'm sorry. High Score Girl, at least I know the name, but I'm sorry. Here's Dragon Ball Super this time. I'm gonna put it right next to Z. Look, man, I feel like it's scandalous to put it anywhere else. Quite frankly, best arc was the tournament arc. Duh. I'm almost a sucker for those, but mostly because it's just a culmination and it's just good writing techniques. So good on you. Komi can't communicate. That is a nice one. I'd rather watch Dragon Maid, though. Yeah. Nagatoro! I haven't seen this one! Woo! Ah, yes. Anohana! Man. Compared to all of these here, this one might as well be S. I got a full, like, anime ranking tier list where I have, like, I compare them all to anime in general. But Anohana compared to all of these other ones, you know, it's gotta be S. Bye-bye. I haven't seen you. I'm glad I haven't seen you. No Game No Life, that one's, I probably should have seen that one. Shikinoko! Honestly, yeah, you gotta see. Look, concept's funny, but, you know, it's like if you make a joke, and then you're really trying to expand on the joke. It's like, hey, Why'd the chicken cross the road? It's the egg. You see, because the egg was on the other side. It had to cross the road to get to the forest to use the bathroom. Because its coop was on the other... Like, nobody cares about it at that point. You made your joke. You don't need to explain the punchline like that. And it just kind of felt like that was what it was doing. It's like, oh, girls at deer, everything's funny. Why is this 12 episodes? Sword Art Online. Man, with all the things that's done. Like, look. This includes Alfheim, so, like, it's gotta take a seat. So... do I count it as a whole or just that one? Because if I count it as a whole, maybe Alicization gets it up. Only the first season. Well, actually, if I say only the first season, then yeah, whatever. I didn't like War of the Underworld. I didn't. And this is how it goes. I haven't seen you. Dragon Ball Daima. You heard my explanation twice already. It still goes up there. Uzaki-chan. This one's going in a nice B tier next to Komi. You two have fun, I guess. Like, come on, guys. You just be the wingman or something. Serious Girlfriend X. Man. I'm glad I haven't seen that one. That's the one about spit. There we go. Okay, next one is One Piece. Okay, so... here's the thing with One Piece. I've seen like 30-something episodes of it. And I don't think that's enough to judge it, because it's got like 1,200. I also saw the film Red movie. I just kind of took everything for granted, so... yeah, I mean, I assumed they could all do that stuff, and maybe that made it better, according to some reviews I saw later. I mean, that was decent. If I was doing that, it's a B tier, I guess. The film Red, but it's not here. It's One Piece. Speaking of one, here's One Punch Man. Controversial decision. This one gets B. I know it's like whole third season thing, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I care about the story. I'm a story guy. If you know anything about me, you would know that. I like the story. Just who cares if it looks good? I mean, I care a little bit, but it looks good enough. JoJo! Yay. There's more JoJo, and just, there we go. Dragon Ball! It goes, you know. Now here are two I don't know off the top of my head. And of course, if I don't know them, I don't know them. But it's weird, because, I mean, I know Mysterious Girlfriend X. Like, that doesn't look like Bleach. So I'm out of ideas. I certainly don't know that one. Oh well, I guess. Here's my tier list. There you go. Enjoy it. And on to the next one. Hey. Remember that first one where we tier listed the characters of the show who weren't really... we didn't know anything about them? Berserker Gluttony! At least this full thing's out. There's so barely any characters. I don't even know who this old man is. I watched this thing. I don't know who this is. I barely know who any of these people are. I know you. I know you. I know you, and I know you. I don't know. It depends on how many hearts I want to give them. Okay, so it's not like S.A. Okay, it's hearts. Thanks. You. Thanks, Mr. Chicken, sir. So let's see. I mean, you're an old man. And you got the mustache, right? The old man mustache in anime, like... I don't know of an old man with that kind of mustache in an anime or anime-related thing that wasn't good. So I guess you go with A. No, you look like the mother. You look like the important mother. So you go here. Are you a side character? Like one of those that they talk to for a second? Like, you're the guild receptionist. Like, okay, whatever. I don't know you. You're like actually evil, aren't you? You've literally tortured children, I think. And I don't condone torture of children, or maybe it was murder, but that is probably the same thing. I never liked you anyway. The only thing that good about you are your looks. Main guy. In case you're wondering. I know he's the main guy because he's generic. Isekai dude. Of course he is. Technically he isn't an isekai, but... Anyway, he's kind of dumb sometimes, so he only gets there. Old man triumphs. Who are you? You look like the guy who's... No, you're the member of the heroes party, aren't you? Maybe it's you. You both kind of look like members of the heroes party. Assuming there is a heroes party, because I don't know. Wait, are you the guy who dies? And then gets revived? Oh, you probably are. You go there. Who are you? You're the golem mech. Oh, I know. You're the mech. Yeah. She's dead. Why is she here? She's been dead. Why are you in this tier list? You're not even alive. I don't know. I guess there. Who are you? Oh, I don't remember you. You can go here. I guess. Look, girl, I don't know you, but you look like her. I think you snitched on somebody and gave good info to the party. I think. Probably. Look, you could show me a picture of this girl, and I'd think to myself, huh, she looks like she's from every anime ever. I don't know. She gets middle of the road, but higher because I'm biased toward females. I guess. I don't know. She looks like she would, do good in a fight and wouldn't commit murder. And, given this group of people in berserk of gluttony, I think that's a pretty good quality to have. I just remembered you're a mass murderer. Yeah, there we go. You are Sloth Girl. You may or may not be a mass murderer, but I haven't seen it and I don't remember. So you get top tier because I like you. Look, bar isn't very high, alright? It's not like this show is amazing or anything. Alright. Just... she's Sloth Girl. She just does whatever she wants. Which is quite funny because she's most often just not anywhere to be seen instead of the place you last left her sleeping or being lazy. So, ironic, isn't it? Anyway, who are you? You look like Hero Party member, but I don't think you died like this dude, so you get a little higher because you're more capable. And I like capability. Capability is better and cooler. And here we have the childhood friend of this dude. The main character. Romance and whatever. Right? I guess she can get there. She's a member of, the Knights. The Royal Knights or whatever. You've seen anime. You know them. So, therefore, she gets a decent one there. She's pretty capable. She hasn't committed mass murder. In fact, I think she was investigating this guy's mass murder. Or maybe it was her mass murder. I don't remember. This girl's mass murder. Who knows? This is berserk of gluttony. Nobody knows a thing. So, here's my tier list. Go ahead and screenshot it and set it as your computer wallpaper. That way you will always know that Berserk of Gluttony is... They all look the same. It looks like we're doing pretty decent on time. That means I can pull up a very random tier list that I know nothing about. Why are you here? Like, on the main page, right? There's just a... Here, I think I can show you. There you go. Here's the main page. Do I need to explain? I mean, look at this. Anyway, that's the one we're going for real quick. Make sure it's all good. Goodness. It's one of those live things. We can go with this for a little bit. There's quite a few. I won't go through all of them. Well, this is a hard first one. I haven't played Final Fantasy. I know nothing about this girl, but at least I know she's from Final Fantasy, so yay me. You're from... Is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon? Yes. Yes, I see. So, S plus to C. Okay. You're nice. 8 there. You're from that one mature anime I didn't see, so skip. I wish you were in a mature anime, so I wouldn't have to have seen you. Albedo. Why in the world are people going S plus? Are you guys crazy? Well, actually, no, that totally tracks. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they would, yeah. Yeah, she gets... Look, at least she's loyal and... Well, no, she's totally committed she committed mass murder. Yeah, you... Also... Well, it wasn't mass, but it was murder. Technically. Alice from Alicization. Look, I kind of like your thing. You can get a B, I guess. Huh. Man, it was so long ago since I would have seen this. You could tell me that she committed mass murder one way or another, and I don't know. Man, I don't remember anything about her. I guess Beats here. Oh, you're from Record of Ragnarok. Yeah, I didn't see that one. You notice how there were a majority of people going for S tier, despite her being some minor character? Yeah. No, I totally am following what these people are voting for, and I cannot say I am happy about it. Aqua! Man, I mean, look at this. Look at this. It's basically just a straight line down. Yeah. This girl's table was nothing. Asuna, why that one? Oh, of course, I understand. Never mind. Clearly, I haven't learned anything in the past little bit. I mean, she's better than the useless girl in the mass murder, so yay. Look, it's not a high bar, okay, people? Just do something. I haven't made it to your arc yet. I'm sorry. Why is that the picture? I haven't watched you. Oh, goodness, what in the world is this fluctuation? I mean, it's basically a straight line, but why is there extra people at B tier? I haven't seen Black Clother. Oh, hey, Chica! What? Do they just not do it if they don't have, you know, like, are you guys okay? She's an A tier. Of course, this is the Oh my goodness, people are so dumb. I haven't seen this one. Hi Fudge, welcome in, welcome in. Oh boy, this was a horrible idea. Why did I decide to ever go look at the live tab? This is horrendous. Why are... It's darkness. This is literally just Asuna again. That is a... It's just Asuna. What are we doing? It's anime tier lists that are weird. And I figure, oh, we have a little time. I'm, going ahead of schedule. I might as well check out this live tab. Look, man, this was an utter mistake. You go beats here, I guess. I haven't seen yours. How in the world do we have Amelia and not an S? Like... Alright, we're done here. We're going back to schedule. Oh my goodness. We're going back to the schedule, okay? Look, all these people care for is breasts. Ah. Okay. Let's go to something more normal. Kinds of Bochi. Of course. This one is by this man. There you go. These are kinds of Bochi. As you can see, here's Bochi, but maybe there's a few other Bochis around. So, what do we actually rank these on? Like, I don't know. I didn't figure that part out. Oh, well. Everyone likes Bochi, right? Bochi the Bochi, of course. Everyone likes Bochi. I mean, it started this whole trend of having all these other Bochis, so clearly it's an S tier. S tier Bochi. Of course. Of course, of course. Then we have Student Council Bochi. Quite interesting. Watch May Cafe short made me laugh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh. It's always nice when people laugh and are happy with it. So thank you, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Student Council Bochi. The Student Council. So, I mean, certainly the Student Council makes you much more outgoing, right? But it's more interesting of the sort. And in terms of Bochi, though, I think it's more of a B tier, I think. Chef's in the kitchen. It is great. Great. Sus Bochi, yes. Sus Bochi. Now, in case you didn't know, this girl here is a mass murderer. You know what I think about mass murderers, obviously. Not C tier, no. Demon Lord Bochi. Ah, man. Demon Lord Bochi is an obvious S. Quite frankly. I mean, great Bochi right here. Demon Lord already, high up there. Great. Amazing. But a Bochi as well, gives it that whole personality to round out the character. Wondrous. Additionally, outdoor Bochi. Because what's better than a Bochi indoors? A Bochi outdoors! I mean, look at you. It really gives it the personality. Very outgoing. You know how all of these are outgoing. But we're going to change that. Elite Bochi. A not outgoing Bochi, along with normal Bochi. This one is Bochi, but smart. And quite frankly, I think smarts is a pretty good thing to have. I think this one's more on the dumb side of the smarts. So you only get an A tier, I think. Yeah. Look, Bochi as a term isn't all that smart, right? It's like saying there's a smart tsundere, right? They don't really go together because, well, otherwise they would have, confessed their love already, right? They wouldn't be pushing them away. Is that the Bochi the Rock show? Of course, yes. Cool Bochi. Man, I gotta love Cool Bochi. Cool Bochi's great. Like, Cool Bochi is not just a cutie. Cool Bochi is great. Very cool, very nice, very worthy of spending a lot of money on the manga on. I don't regret it. Wife Bochi. This is what all of the anime people dream of. We'll never have it. Nah, I'm just kidding. We'll all have one eventually. Maybe just not a... Just get rid of the Bochi part. Just... Yeah. Dino Bochi. Back from the prehistoric times. Yes. I remember her in my history textbooks. In the, what was it? The, Triassic period, I think? Yeah, that's where she was. Dino Bochi. Legend says she's... Might have, like, jumped on a rock and out into space somewhere. Maybe she's still, alive. I don't know. She only gets, no. Yeah, we'll go with the C tier of being a Bochi, right? Like, she... Look. Alright, I'll be honest with you. Dino Bochi may or may not be a mass murderer, alright? But she's a cute mass murderer, so it really does help a little bit. You do a Genshin tier list. Look, we're still ahead on time. I might see what I can do. Anyway, here's my tier list of Bochis. You may... I mean, still, you have my full permission to screenshot it and flame me on Twitter. So, lovely. Yes. Let's see what I can do in terms of a Genshin tier list. Are there any weird ones I can do decently? You know, I thought about doing a random gacha one, right? But when I searched that up, it was all just ones that had hundreds of images and people to rank, and I couldn't deal with all that. You know? What are you? You're gonna need to explain yourself, you. Of course. I understand now. This is great. You want a tier list? You understand? Well, perfect. Here I have for you this tier list. The hard part's going to be deciphering what all these mean. I know these are technically version numbers, but... Well, good luck me. How do I rank Inazuma in this, alright? What do I do here? Thank you to the guy who made this. So what a great tier list it is. Okay. So I'm gonna assume, just right off the bat, these are gonna be the stars I'm gonna give this thing on Yelp. Okay? People still use Yelp these days, right? I'm not showing my age by saying Yelp. These are the stars I'm gonna give it on Yelp. So the higher the better. And I don't know. I guess Luna is best of all. Alright, let's start here. We'll start in the middle so that we're not starting with the countries first. Alright. We'll go... Skirk. Skirk is... she's a mass murderer, right? Rename the tiers? No. That's the whole... Happy. Okay, Skirk. I believe Skirk is a mass murderer. But I do appreciate a girl who's hot and capable. She doesn't get the lowest on the tier. So she'll just get semi there. Goodness. I mean, it's hard to say no to a girl like her, right? Especially when if you say no, she will add you to her kill list. Oh, you! The old one. Cloud Retainer, right? I think. Yeah. Is it bad if I don't know about any of these people's stories or personalities? I mean, I know you. I've seen your character design, and I know you're not evil or a mass murderer. So obviously, you gotta go up there. You gotta go way high. Hold on. I'll just clarify this real quick. There we go. Perfect. Now you should understand what that means. You don't know about those either. Yeah. I figure. Look, I still haven't finished not Sumeru yet. And I think the last story quest I finished was Ganyu, so yeah. Anyway, let's go. Next one. Navia. There we go. Top of the list. I really like Navia. I have Navia. I like Navia. I like the blonde. I like the outfit. I like the personality. Great, you know? Great. Speaking of ones that I have, we'll just go with Chaska. Chaska is actually really good in a Hyper Bloom team. I use Chaska Hyper Bloom all the time, and quite frankly, she's one of my best teams right now. Just for the versatility and the ability to not get murderized. So, therefore, she's going to get a nice second tier. I'm not a big fan of her whole peacemaking shtick, where she, has a whole gun and says, "Make peace," or whatever. I don't see how it really goes well together. So, she only gets, the second place. Luna 2 Yelp stars. So, yeah. We'll go with Arlecino next. Now look. She's great. Very much on the hotter side. I might have a thing for her if she wasn't a mass murderer who took care of orphans or something. I don't really know. I asked people before, who would be the best babysitter in Genshin? And they were like, oh yes, her. Because she had an orphanage. And I'm like, her? She's a mass murderer, right? So she gets right in the middle because I'm really conflicted about her. Yeah. Great character, though. Single person. Does like 20k a hit, at least on my team. It's great. Oh, yeah, any more I have? Oh, I have Nahida. Nahida. Yes. Archon of Sumeru. And quite honestly, I might have a few words for her. Yeah. Look, about your whole region, girl. Your whole storyline was weird. Okay. So I said I haven't finished Sumeru yet, right? But I have finished the first part up to where the Gnosis was taken. So, I know a good bit about her. She's gonna go right there. Yeah. Not a mass murderer? I thought everyone in the Fatui was a mass murderer. What are you talking about? It's like their whole thing. They're like, yeah, we're gonna murder everyone. Yeah. I also have Farina. Do I need an explanation? Do I really? I got a thing for the white hair boys. I'm learning more about myself as I make this tier list. Woohoo. Is there anybody else that I have? No. Look, let me complain for a bit. Child didn't murder that many people. You don't have to murder that many people to be a mass murderer. Alright. Okay. Sumeru. I don't like Sumeru. Look. Well, here's my Yelp review, alright? Too many bugs, too many greens, not enough place. Food was good, though. Oh yeah, also too much... Well... Too much repetition. Everything just repeats over and over and over and over and over again in that place. Ugh, man, that was annoying. Then half of it's just a desert. What do you do there? Nothing. You don't do anything in the desert. Oh, my goodness. Skirk's hot, so she gets to retire. Let's see here. Who goes next? You. Emily, I think is your name. Girl, I know nothing about you. You can go with, you could stay next to the mass murderer. Yeah, I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you could be a mass murderer even. I don't think you are though. I think... What do you do? You know, look, it doesn't matter, right? It's turning into a murder tier list. No. Look, I just don't like mass murderers, is all. Is that such a bad thing? You know, like, well, she did murder an entire continent, but she's hot. Oh, she makes fragrances? Oh, okay. Let's see. Who's next? Kinich. Look, okay. Story time with Niro. I am totally biased toward Kinich, and therefore he gets higher up. So, story time, right? When I was in Japan, I saw this ninja show, right? It was taking place, like, in a bar, I think. Bar wasn't open at the time, it opens later, so, you know, they already had the space, might as well rent it out to a ninja show, right? And so, you know, I saw the ninja show, and there was the white ninja. You know, they fought the black ninja group. They were all evil and whatever. And, you know, the sword of destiny and the goddesses shine upon you or whatever. I don't know. I think the princess died or something. Anyway, it was nice and whatever. You know, and after that they had, you know, dancers come out. But throughout that whole thing, there was the purple ninja. Is one guy, right? One guy, and he, you know, cast the whole thing. Little funny announcer guy. You know, and he was, you know, he's great. He went by the name of Jacob Takanashi. You know, he was, you know, he was a great man. I liked him. Funny, great at his job. So, you know, after the fact, you know, we all took pictures with the ninjas and stuff. I had the ability to talk to him. I was like, hey, you know, do great work out there. You know, and maybe during his show, you know, he mentioned that he did voice acting. So I was like, hey, you did voice acting for anything? And he mentioned a few things, not really anything that I knew. But like, hey, I might as well take a picture with this dude, right? So I took a picture with him. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I went about my day. I think his, you know, most noted thing was Final Fantasy or something in the mobile game. Some guy in that. You know, I went about my day. Sometime later, I don't even remember how long, I see, oh no, it's more Genshin voice actor drama. Oh, it looks like they're changing the voice actor of Kinich. Oh, how horrible. I don't care about drama. I was just interested in seeing who the new voice actor was. And lo and behold, it was Jacob Takanashi. The same dude I had met in Japan and taken a picture with. So, well, good me. Wow. So, there you go. That's my explanation for why he gets Luna 3 upstairs. Good on you, mister. Let's see. Who's the next character? Mualani! Yay! You're outgoing. You're too outgoing. So you can get Luna 1 Yelp stars. Luna 1. You're too outgoing sometimes. To the point of almost stupidity, so. Next up is... Llama, I think is your name? You're a deer. Not a dear friend, though. And next up, you know what? We'll do Inazuma. Man, I kind of like Inazuma. In comparison to Sumeru, it's got stuff, you know, great story. All the islands are separate, so they're all able to do something different with the islands. I like that. It was great. Yeah, that's about it. Yep. Who's next? Da-da-da-ba-ba! Flins, I think is your name? I think you're dead? I could be wrong and you're just a guy who looks dead. You can go next to the mass murderer. I think you two will get along just well. Alright, here. Next one. Shinha. Okay, I know you. I did your story quest. No, I haven't actually done her story quest yet. Oh well. She can go with the hot mess murderer. Like, she's just kind of quiet and doesn't know much about people. And I'm quite surprised she's still alive. Flint isn't dead? Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry you look that way. Who's next? Chevrouse. Okay. I don't know what it is about you. Something about your design puts me off. I don't know what it is. I don't like you that much. I'm much more of a Navia fan than a you fan. Yeah. It's just staring at her. And her little picture, like, that's gonna change something. You know, make me come to a revelation, but not really. Yeah. I think you take poison to do your attacks too or something. I don't know. I mean, it technically isn't poison, but it might as well be. Next is Risley. Oh, Corin Chevrouse. Oh, Chevrouse is the good one. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Corin. Don't look over. Yeah, look, girl, you be happy I didn't put you at 5.3 Yelp stars. Anyway, Risley. You're the guy who has fists and also takes care of prisons. Now look, I know my fair share of prison guards. Don't look into that. And you don't look anything like them, dude. Like, buddy, you might as well be in a model agency. You'd be a better fit there. Like, come on. 2 Fontanian gun girls. There's 3, right? You, Chlorine, Chevrouse, and Navia. Yeah, Navia's got a shotgun. Mavwika! The Pyro Archon this time. She's obviously gonna go up on the list, because I don't think she's a mass murderer. I think she's just a really hot girl. So she can go with that group of girls. The Nami is the special umbrella girl. Oh, that umbrella is special, alright, let me tell you. Next is the robot. People say they don't like AI these days. Minefa. I don't know much about her, but she really likes Aino. And I know that's a good thing. So she can go with Nahida. That'll work. We can go with you next. Yelan. Oh, I remember doing your spy quest you had a while back. Yeah, I remember that one. That one was halfway decent. Yeah, you can go with these groups. I don't know. You might go along well. I don't know if you would, but you know. Pray you don't rank her low. Yeah. Well, good luck. Anyway, Durin. Yeah, I have him. Look, I'll be honest. You've seen my video on pulling for Jehoda. I haven't played Genshin since then. Wait, no, that's a lie. Never mind. I'm sorry. I totally have played Genshin since then. I just haven't done anything with Durin since then. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. I never cared for you. I always cared for Jehoda. My eyes were on her, not on you. I will be a cat for her. Let's see. Ba-bop-bop. Musicy. You are a therapist or something. But I have you, and therefore I am real biased. Go with the mass murderer and the dead dude. Wait, no, he's not dead. The guy who really looks like he's dead. I mean, look at his eyes. You can only see the light in his eyes. We've gotten 5.3 Yelp stars, though. That's good. Next up is... What's her name again? The old one. The old one, yeah. You're the old one. Who's always drunk. Sit lolly. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, sit lolly. Yeah. Just judging where you want to be. Old one who's always drunk. Yeah. Look, I don't hate you enough. I don't think you're a mass murderer. So you don't get to go to 5.3, but... Yeah. Like her design, not her character. Yeah, that's fair. But I think character really speaks out. And that's why perfumes made her go lower. She smells. Next is... I totally forgot her name. Escoffier! I am not useless. Escoffier! She makes food. And also has a robot tail or something, I think. I don't really know. I kind of like her. Actually, not Luna 1 in levels. No. I'm not putting her up in Luna 1 levels. That's too high a Yelp review. But, you know, I can... If I went to a restaurant, Luna 4, oh man. But her herself, yeah, she can go there. She's like Gordon Ramsay, but if they tried to make him family friendly. You know? Just doesn't have the same sort of ring. And didn't cook food, because I did that one event where they made a theme park. She didn't really do much. And next up is... Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. You are a mass murderer! Oh boy, where do I put you? You know what, you're not hot. I know you ran Inazuma, but Inazuma was only cool because I was a criminal who was wanted. Because you are over there making those decrees to put people under arrest for execution. You mass murderer, you. You mass murder my team as well. I won't forget what you did. Raiden was your girl. Oh boy. Sorry, not really. Da-da-bop-bop-bop. Veressa! You are... Well, at least I don't hate you. I don't like you. Because you just feel so flat to me, despite everything about you. Have you seen her? She's a cow. Ugh. Ba-da-da-da. You go along with her, too. Actually, no, I like your design a little more. So you go up, but you all just feel kind of flat. I don't get what it is. Maybe it's because I've only done that one event where you guys did the race, and I didn't actually finish it because I ran out of time. But I did some other Natland events too, so who knows? I don't know. Oh well. You like for us? Oh. Looks like this tier list isn't going well for you. Maybe it'll go worse. Here is you. You are a maid? No, not a maid. A nurse, I think. But I've seen your character art, girl. I've seen it. And that syringe is way too big. You will literally kill somebody with that. And I'm scared. I haven't seen any reports, so I can't put you in mass murderer tier. But you can go there. You're ranking all your favorites low? Oh, I'm so sorry. I still say that, but I'm really not. Venti! You two would get along really well. I just know you would. Yeah. They get to be together and get married. Okay, now for Liyue and Liyue's ruler. You faked your death. That's against the law. But actually, no, it's not, because you're the god of contracts, so you determine what the law is, so I'm at a loss. I mean, should you have faked your own death? Probably not. You made a lot of people really sad, and you really just haven't done anything. And then you started working at a funeral parlor. I can't say I like you. Wait a second. You are a mass murderer! You can go here. Just remembered he was. Yeah. Now his region. Now look, I like it a little more than Samara, but I can't say I like it. Yeah, about as much as Gilonin. That'll work. Look, I like the harbor. Harbor's great, right? And I like the Stone Sea. That one's also great. Everything else is just the same feeling. Oh, Cloud Retainer's house. That's also nice. You know, the high TV mountaintops, that's nice. What was the other one? The really blue, like, place that's near Fontaine. I like that part too, but that's not main Liyue, is it? Well, it is Liyue, though. So I guess I'll bump you up a little bit for that. Yeah. So here's my tier list. Let me, zoom it out so that you can take it all in one shot if you'd like. There you go. Yep, have a fun time with that one. Yay, let's move on to our next one. Woohoo. Perfect. So this is a tier list of anime, but only ones that this dude saw. So, I don't know. There you go. Thanks for making this, Matthew. Let's see if this guy has a good taste in anime or if he is entirely wrong. Let's see. No opinion. Please, who do you think I am? Of course I have an opinion. An opinion about all of these ones, in fact. Ah! Finally, some things that I can have an opinion over! Inuyasha. A tier. It is great. Everyone likes Inuyasha. He's a good boy. Actually, no, he's actually a bad boy. But yes. Good one. I do declare. I don't really have much to say about it. It's very old. The author's great, though, as well. Attack on Titan. I'm like halfway through the 3rd season right now. A tier. Too many questions. Ask me again once I finished it, okay? So in a long while, I'll answer it. Just wait a little bit. Fairy Tail gets a B tier. I mean, these aren't really like unpopular opinions or anything, right? These are just like, yep, popular anime. It goes in this one. Just, you know, it's fine. I like Fairy Tail. I have nothing bad to say about it. I don't have anything overly good to say about it either, so... I'm sorry. Death Note. Concise. It's nice. And I can rhyme thrice. You see? But it's just it's one of those good detective-y ones. You know what I just realized? Never mind. No, forget I said anything. No, this is the definitive tier list. If you think differently, then you're wrong. Yu Yu Hakusho. B. Anime's better than the Netflix live action. I mean, that's not a hot take or anything. You know Netflix live actions. Or at least I hope you have heard something about them if you're watching me take anime tier lists. It's like, you know, Step Up, you know? Kame Ga Kill. I'll be honest. Haven't seen this one. So therefore it goes in a C tier. I mean, sure, everyone in that one might be a mass murderer who's a psychopath, but I've heard it's a good show. See, it's not just a murder tier list. Gotta believe me. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. This one is another S tier. I was gonna say something nice, but I feel like you're waging war against me, tier list. I'm taking this personally. Full Metal Alchemist. You are a nice one. A good one, I might even say. A great one that belongs in S tier, I might say. I mean, this one held #1 on my anime list for many a year. So, it's only fair I put it in this spot. Just how it goes. But then, he was beaten out by everyone's favorite Frieren. Definitively, best anime. So, of course, Frieren goes up. Sword Art Online. You know my thoughts on that one. No. It's not... It's better than generic isekai. Yay. Demon Slayer! Woo! You get another S tier. I'm still trying to figure out what makes you so good, but I know you are. I see you. I know you. And I will find you! This is just Sword Art again. I know you like it, but don't put the same thing twice in the list. Noob. Jujutsu Kaisen! This one is getting its 3rd season, and I'm still waiting for a dub. But I will watch it, and I will enjoy it! Yeah. I wish I had a cool story to tell about that one, but I sadly don't. Oh well. Instead, we get to go at Dragon Ball. I mean, it's just what do I need to say here? I feel like I'm obligatorily saying that it has to go in, you know, some position. That's not bad. Oh, there's another one. I missed it. No, Naruto, I don't like it as much, so it goes lower. Can't remember any of the JJK character names. Yeah, you can do it. You can figure it out. It's great. Yep. Gundam. Whoa. Look, I like the concept. Great concept. They just do it poorly. I'm sorry. They don't do it good. I know they make a bunch of money off of it. I've seen those life-size Gundam-y thingies. Great. I think people are there for the concept instead of the story. They want to see giant mechs fight, and I totally agree. I do too. I just, you know, don't want to wait 12 episodes between every fight. Because the characters are in love or whatever. Like, come on. Yeah. The only one you can remember is Panda. I mean, those ones are close enough. Quite frankly, even I don't know who you're even talking about with those. Good attempt. Ooh, let's go with one of my favorites. Fate. But only the UFO table ones. If you look at Apocrypha and say, this one's good, then you are dead to me. In spirit. Just don't say it to me. Because that one is bad. These ones are great, though. So good, in fact, I have bought one poster as merch. Really shows my dedication to the craft, huh? Woo! Go me! One Piece! Earlier, I said that I hadn't watched enough One Piece to give my opinion. However, I was wrong. It's gonna go in B tier, I guess. And I'd prefer it over Gundam. My Hero Academia will get an A tier. I have finished its final season, and I don't think I cried during it, but it was a little close. It was a little close. I barely cry, especially when watching stuff. You know, sometimes I'll, watch one of those tearjerker things. You know, I'll see people saying, oh, this made me cry. My friend will message me saying, oh, I'm crying because of this show. And I'll watch and be like, oh, okay. Well, that's sad, I guess. I don't cry, okay? There are very few things that do make me cry. This one did. This one did make me cry. I think it was a single tear, but one is enough. So, here's my completed list. If you're wondering, this should be the same list M-Base also put together. Because I'm clearly correct and in the right. So, here's the list. You may put this as your phone wallpaper so you can always remember it. Yes, those ones you're forgetting. Ooh. I don't know those. It's fine. It's fine. Speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, maybe this will help. Sukuna versus People tier list. This is how they had written it down. So, basically, this is a list to see if the person, in this case, this one is Gojo. His head is cut off, but, you can know him. This one is Gojo. If Gojo could beat Sukuna. So, what does Sukuna look like? A guy with a lot of tattoos. Itadori. With a lot of tattoos. So, I'll just assume, for the sake of argument, that this is taking place at the end of Season 2. So, that is when this is taking place. Because if it was, Episode 1, I mean, we already know the answer to that. Sukuna lost, easily against Gojo, but I don't think that would be the case at the current point in time. I think... What do I put here? I might need to change this up. Easy win, lost. I'll change this to sure, we'll keep in the typo. Not easy win. There you go. Easy win, not easy win. They might not win. Win to the other guy and absolute decimation. See, that's how it'll go. So I think Sukuna will win against Gojo. maybe not super easily, because Gojo's cool, but I think Sukuna would win. Now we have the entirety of the Avengers. Okay. That's an interesting one. So, Gojo is Toothpaste Jr. Huh? You do whatever. Yes, the entirety of the Avengers. Okay, that's a very interesting one. So, look, the Avengers, they got all these superpowers and stuff, right? But they're still grounded in some form of reality-ish. Probably not as much these days. But they still kind of are. As opposed to Sukuna, who teleports and kills literally an entire city in like 5 minutes. So, he just does it for fun. The Avengers here could only dream of doing that. And somehow they still won against Thanos in the end after he killed half the population. I don't fully understand. Oh, wait, it was time travel. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. I hated that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Avengers lose. Sukuna's like, snaps his fingers, Captain America's dead, And on that, why is Tony Stark here? He's right there in the image. Like, of course he's dead. There's no contest here. It's not hard. Next one is, I think this guy's name is Bang. He's from One Punch Man. Let's see. If I remember right. What did he do? Like, he's powerful, sure. He's S rank, But he's not, like, the best or anything, right? He's certainly stronger than some of these other dudes, but he's still like a normal martial artist, I think. At least more so. He's certainly not as strong as Gojo, so I'll have to go him here. Just this next one. And open up the image there. It's this dude. Can't say I am aware of him. So therefore, he has the element of surprise. This man has the element of surprise against Sukuna, but Sukuna, well, let's just say if you have to wear armor like that, I don't think you're beating Sukuna. So, yeah, buddy. You might surprise him, he'd be like, oh, you're all cool and whatnot. And then you're dead. You've got to snap twice for that one. He's not the best at snapping. You make your own Genshin tier list? Sure, go ahead. It's enjoyable, is it not? Next dude is an old man. Look, he looks like he's damaged already. I think half the work has been done for him. For Sukuna. So, boy, Sukuna's strong, isn't he? So, boy, sorry, old man. You don't stand a chance. Let me bundle all these together, because these are just Garo buttons from One Punch Man, but in separate forms. I don't know much about them. Let me take a look here. Look. I watched the anime. This is just his normal form. Okay. So, his normal form, I mean, he's dead. Alright. No contest. Sukuna's, he doesn't feel like snapping his fingers today. He's gonna, I guess, just walk past you and the stiff breeze chops off his head. Then we have other forms of them. Now I heard, according to Twitter, they're very strong. And this one he's cosmic, but that kind of feels like a Fortnite character skin. So he He only gets a not easy win. And this one, I mean, that's a whole other form, you know? That looks exactly the same as this one. But because it's presented in black and white and has menacing written off to the side, it's going to be a little bit of a 50-50, okay? I still kind of think Sukuna could win, but it's going to be a little more challenging. So, you know, we're going to go with that. The next one, this one, if I am correct, is Genos from One Punch Man again. Yep, that's him, alright. Look at him! He's a guy. So, yeah, in case you're wondering, he's just a head with a genetic body. Or a cyborg robotic body. Anyway, he's dead. This guy doesn't even win against this guy. Like, come on. Now we have... I think this is the Random Hero Society from Invincible. I saw one episode of this. They all died. So, you know, RIP. We'll just get this one over with. This one is the same dude. The dude from Invincible, right? Omni-Man. Whoa. Anyway. Yeah, he killed those guys. So obviously he's gonna be stronger, right? But like, I don't know. He didn't really have to do much. Well, he kind of got his hands dirty a little. It wasn't an easy one for him, but like, Sukuna's powerful, alright? Like I said, he levels a city in 5 minutes. Like, this man be lucky if he did it in a month. Like, come on. You know, and then you're just gonna put Yome in here? Like, excuse me? I mean, look at this dude. He's literally blind. He'd be dead by Sukuna before he even knows Sukuna exists. He's literally blind. You're putting the blind man up against Sukuna? I think this is a war crime. Come on. He doesn't have any special powers anyway. He's just a guy who's, you know, strong. Whoa, strong blind dude. Let's put him up against the strongest atomic bomb. Who wins? Blind dude versus an atomic bomb. Come on. Speaking of children, this is a child. Tanjiro's a child. If you're gonna put him up against Sukuna, what are you expecting? Oh no, he slashes Sukuna with a sword. What's he gonna do? Regenerate his arm? Oh no, how horrible. Sukuna's not gonna die if you cut off his head. Speaking of people who will die if you cut off their head, probably this dude. Who is... Well, I don't know. I haven't made it to that part in the anime yet. They haven't made it yet. I don't know. You're gonna head to bed. Good night. Sleep well. Have a good sleep. Thank you for joining me. I don't know anything about this dude. Element of surprise, but like, he's probably actually powerful. Because he is a mass murderer, so we'll go up. Additionally, we have Tatsumaki, who is quite interesting as well. Yeah, she's got a very large amount of psychic powers, which... Oh my goodness, somebody in this tier list with actual powers? No way! How amazing! I kind of feel like I have to give it to her there. I mean, Sukuna's gonna win, but like... He's gonna have an entire city thrown at him. He can level it, sure, but that rubble's coming back at him. Instant karma. This guy's a dog. Sorry, Sukuna. No. No, he's a dog. What do you expect? He's just a dog. Anyway, here's the tier list. Remember to print a screenshot and print it out to use it as a reference for your next manga. That way, you can always have a clear power ranking. And can always know who's better, Gojo or Tony Stark. On to our next one. Ooh, our next and final one. This one. I actually took a tier list there, and I decided to change it up a little bit. And this one is the thumbnail. Here's the guy who made it. This is the Bocchi Sign Language tier list. How well can these Bocchi characters do sign language? We have categories such as sign language is basically their native language. Full-time employment. You know, they're good enough that they can get a job in sign language translation. Communicate if needed. You know, they know the language. If they need to, they'll do it. Sign language tourist. You know, like, they know a little bit of sign language, but, you know, not a lot. What's a sign language? I just use my mouth. You know, they see somebody needs sign language, they're just gonna try to have them read lips. Because they don't know a thing about sign language. I will punch you for the people who get actively mad about sign language. Or we'll just generally punch you. So, let's start. Rio. This girl knows nothing but weeds. Great girl she is, but she is broke and totally cannot afford any sign language lessons. So she's just gonna use her mouth. I applaud her for that. I would do the same. I'm just trying to feel better about myself. Futari. Which means two people. Because their parents love them. This is the second child in the Goto family. Goodness. Quite frankly, she's like a monster. She knows everything. She could totally communicate in sign language. She's too young to be employed, but, like, if she wanted to. I fully expect her to just, you know, be able to bust out sign language. Just fully. There's some weird characters here. There really are. Here we have Pie-san. Full actual name, who knows? But just, she is, well, she's out of the limelight usually. She'll probably just use her mouth too. Actually, no, she's probably a sign language tourist now I'm thinking about it. Because she, you know, controls all the sound stuff at Starry. So I would suspect that maybe she, you know, learned a little bit of it in order to communicate from across the room. You know. And in turn, Seika, I believe her name is, Nijika's older sister, who runs Starry. So I assume she's also a sign language tourist. No, I like her enough that she can communicate if needed. You know, in case, you know, somebody who's deaf was going into their music venue. Because, yes, you know, she's able to communicate to them if they need to. So, you know, that's how that goes. Kikuri. Raging alcoholic. An emphasis on the raging. Nijika! Hello, Nijika. Nijika is cool. She's probably a sign language tourist. Gets it from her sister. She quite likes, you know... she quite likes her sister. They got a great bond together. It's lovely. So I'm sure, you know, she'd learn some from the sister. You know, and maybe she's figured out some herself so that she can, you know, run the ticket booth at Starry. That's probably fine, you know? Bocchi. Now, as I was, you know, making the thumbnail of this one, I was going back and forth on Bocchi, right? On one end, she really can't communicate at all, but on the other end, she totally would have figured out sign language just to see if that made communication any easier. So yeah, I'll go with that now that I'm saying it out loud. That's totally something she's probably done. It's like, wow, Pochi, we need to be in a social situation. And then she's over there doing Naruto hand signs, and Nijika's like, whoa, Pochi learned sign language just to try to get out of communicating? I totally see that happening. Make that next chapter. Do it. You got my approval. This girl. I forget where she's from. But man, this girl. Huh. I might not know her name or where she's from, but I remember the vibes. The vibes are what matter here. And so therefore, I'm able to properly assess her sign language abilities. Yes, I'm feeling it out. She doesn't know sign language at all. Who am I kidding? This is a box. Now, I don't know about you, but I think there's text on the side of the box. You know, text on an object can also be referred to as a sign. It's language on a sign. Oh my goodness, it's the box's native language. No way. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Yeah. This is the box, but sad. Look, it's been turned to the side. Oh no. Now there's no language on that sign. The box is gonna punch you. Oh, how sad. Man. You gotta look at the right side of the box. Not the front side. It's really bad. Here is Bochi's mother. Bochi's mom. How much does she know? That's the dad who does stuff. Right? I think it's the dad who does stuff. So therefore, I think the mom, the dad might be the one who does stuff, but the mom can also do stuff, right? It's not like a wrong, bad thing. So I'm gonna go with sign language tourist, yeah. Won't do good. The barista at the cafe, of course, yes. Very popular character, this one. Everybody knows her, really. Like, it'd be weird if you didn't. What's this background music? We got vocals now? What did I choose? What are you doing? Look, the only vocals that can be there are me. Skippy, skippy. There we go. And Kita can do some as well. Yep. Anyway, the barista. Sign language, huh? Yeah. I mean, if you don't know, according to the, big lore, drop. Hi, welcome back, Fudge. Yes, the big lore drop that the barista there, aside from her legendary battle against Sukuna, she's also decently adept at sign language, so I think she can communicate if needed. Now we have the boy band versions of the main characters. Let's go with Rio first. Rio's Rio, no matter what haircut she has. She's not doing a thing about sign language, alright? She's gonna be as dumb as ever. Kita. Boy Kita, though. Boy Kita, she's probably a sign language tourist. As outgoing as he is. Probably spends more time on the hair and looks than anything else. But, a little bit of a tourism design language wouldn't hurt, right? Boy Bochi. I mean, obviously, Boy Bochi. is also a sign language tourist. Obviously, evidently. Her, yes, this is in the lore. Same lore as the bartender. You know. After, Boy Bochi turned into Sukuna, she decided to go and take a sign language lesson. Approximately 2 before giving up due to financial concerns. So, yeah. Let's go with the Bochi fans. Bochi fan 1 and Bochi fan 2. I believe are their official names. So, yeah. Don't ask me which one is 1 and which one is 2. I don't know. Just know. These are Bochi fans. Let's see. Bochi fan 1 here. No, we're gonna start with Bochi fan 2. Bochi fan 2. I mean, obviously, we don't technically know their jobs. They just know they're fans of Bochi. And this one, I believe, can communicate if needed. Only because her friend, Bochi fan 1, is full-time employed as a sign language translator. I believe that's probably the case. It would make a lot of sense there. I mean, look, she's got hands. Obviously, she's capable. So, she's gotta be. Dead Bochi and Yamcha pose. I see. How would Dead Bochi and Yamcha pose? She probably just uses her mouth, if I had to guess. I mean, she can't punch you. She's dead. So she'd probably use her mouth in order to, you know, speak from the dead. So, you know, now we have one of the maids at the maid cafe. That's, you know, Bochi did back in episode 11, Duodecimal Sunset. Yes, this is just a generic schoolgirl, really. So therefore, I can't see her being much more than a sign language tourist, but I believe she is mostly outgoing, right? She's done decent work. You know, good around the school. Look, she's obviously enthusiastic and willing to help. So, of course that's gone well. As well as Butler Rio. Butler Rio still is absolutely horrendously broke. I told you before, no amount of Rio changes can ever change that she doesn't know a thing about language. Nijika's Hoge. This is a very interesting one. Or as some people in the community would call it, Nijika's Dorito. This one's very interesting. If I remember right, though, in the anime, it actually does, you know, change a little bit. Depending on emotion and the like. So, I do think sign language is actually the native language of Nijika's Hoge. I mean, sound logic to me, right? I don't think it's sound logic to Nijika's Hoge, though, because, I don't see any ears. Maybe that's why it needs sign language. You can do it, Bochi Fan 1. You can provide good sign language support to Nijika's Hoge. I believe in you. Anyway, we have another maid who works at the maid cafe, probably. This girl, man, have you seen her delinquency? Man, she's totally gonna punch you. She's just doing this for fun. She likes maid outfits. So, you know, of course that's why she's here. But outside, she's a member of the Yakuza. Alright? You know, not like as their slave or anything weird like that. No, she's a member. She's like one of the higher-ups. I think she's upper 5 in the Yakuza. You know, I don't know how the high school girl got into the Yakuza like that, but it's beyond me. Look, there's Bochi who's dead, right? But yeah, she's gone far up in the Yakuza. Very, very far, very delinquent. Doesn't even know about his sign language. The only sign she'd give you is immature, and I don't think I'm allowed to say it on this live stream, so. There we go. Police will eventually get her. Finish the tier list? Oh, good. Very nice, very nice. I sure hope it matches mine. Bochi's dad. We can never see him, so I think he always needs sign language. Wait a second, that's that. Wait, no. Wait, no, no. It's not a sign language. No. Ah, yes, he's blind, so of course he does sign language. It stays. It totally matches. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, mine's the correct finished opinion for how many Yelp stars each Genshin character would receive in my Yelp review, and everybody else's Yelp review, so. It's definitive. Let's see, these are, Kasoko band fans, I believe. Totally not sarcasm. Yeah. I mean, it's fine if your tier list is different, but... I say but. Where's the but? Oh no. It's on the bottom. Anyway. Kasoko band fan. You see how this one's yelling? She can communicate if needed. Because this one is not... He's a little deaf. So... She's probably got native language just because she needs it, you know? She's got to yell to her friend. It's quite sad. She's taking advantage of the little hearing she has left to go to the Kasoko band concert. It reminds her of her youth. Back in the day. It's nostalgic for her. I mean... You can see her blushing there. Her face is getting flush as she's about to start crying there, realizing her youth and the little time that she has left in the music department, in the sound department. Soon she will not be able to communicate with most anybody, let alone anybody that she knew in the past, except for her friend. Her friend is taking as much time as she can in order to learn sign language in this quick, abrupt time so that she can still communicate with her friend. It's very heartwarming. Very heartwarming scene. Anyway, Bochi's going Super Saiyan, yo! Of course, Bochi going Super Saiyan. I mean, she's going to be good at everything. She's full-time employed as a sign language person. Obviously. Post on your community tab. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I might check after this. Yes. Bochi going Super Saiyan is obviously full-time employment. She's great at everything. In fact, I think at that point, she's, automatically hired to any job that she would ever want. So, of course... She has got full-time employment. Here is other barista people. I don't know if it's just cafe or barista. They're wearing a different uniform. So it's a different place. So I say so. This one is very happy. Wow, look. But she has no idea what you're saying. Like, come on. She doesn't know sign language. She got... Look at those eyes. She's staring right past you. You might as well be making Naruto hand signs. This one is more concerned. She kind of knows a little bit because it's kind of awkward to be in a situation where you kind of need to know a little bit. But she doesn't really know anything. She's just a minimum wage worker. She's trying to get into college, right? It's not going out well for her. She's having a hard time. She's going in for engineering though, so, you know, good line of work. I believe in you. You can do it. Little head pats for you. Doll Bochi. Of course, of course. I think that's the native language. I mean, how else are you going to speak? Besides, you know, using some form of, you know, sign outside of yourself. Like one Kita that you can barely see off to the side. So, Yeah. How dolls work. I mean, they don't talk, right? Don't talk. I mean, that's true, right? They don't talk. Yeah, let me look it up. Ventriloquism. Oh my goodness, they made talking dolls! Okay, never mind. Okay, they made talking dolls. Lovely. That's not creepy at all. Okay, now we have this dude. He runs another club. He's not letting you post it. No. How sad. Yes, this guy, he runs another music club that this girl is a part of. She, plays, I think it's guitar there. I could be wrong. I don't know a thing. Yes, this guy runs it. So obviously, I think he, can communicate if needed there. The whole thing about, somebody who's deaf wants to go to the music show, then, well, he's got to be able to. I mean, look, he's even doing sign language in the picture there. That's surely sign language, right? I mean, I don't know, but that's not just random hand signs. That's got to be sign language. We have Kita, but actually this time, it took this long for the, final character of the main cast to appear. But here we are. Kita is so outgoing. Like, come on. She can go basically wherever. I think in one of the show flashbacks, she was like top marketer at a, office job or something. That or I'm just remembering from one of the many fanfics I've read. So as such, it only makes sense she gets full-time employment. I mean, she is practically full-time employed as a sign language person. Practically. I mean, she already has to interpret this little gremlin, goblin monster girl. Like, she really has to. Who knows? You did it, yay! I'll check it after I'm done. Now we have you. You are... Oh, I know you, yeah. Oh, okay. You are the person who moved to Japan because you really like Japan, but I think you're English. And therefore, I mean, what's more universal than sign language? So, of course, you're able to communicate if needed. Better not be cut off. I hope not. Yeah, of course she's able to communicate when needed. Look. 3. You see? She's communicating a 3. Sign language! So, here is the official chart of sign language in Bocchi the Rock. If you would like, you may screenshot it and send it to your therapist. But only if you'd like. So, lovely, lovely. Yes, I don't think there's anything I need to change. No. No, this is totally correct. Yeah. In fact, all my info was entirely correct and not made up at all. So, yay! Anyway, that'll be it for making tier list, but I think there's one tier list I have to review. So, if I may take time to go check it. Ta-da! I will pull it up. And I will say, yes, that's a tier list. And I will bow, yeah, that's how it goes. I have bad news for ya. It's cut off. Yeah. Oh boy, that's cut off, alright. So, yeah, first image that I have is this one. Yeah. Yeah, it's cut off. Sorry about that. I suppose it's like a guessing game now. Huh. Let's see. Does this go, top to bottom? Is S at the top? Are these guys the S? Or, is it down? And then we also have this other picture that comes second in the lineup. So maybe this guy is there. I don't know. No, this must be high because I see Jehoda there. Oh, no. Because the other one, right? The other one here, I see Eon-san, right? Eon-san, Mavuika, Columbina, they gotta be high up. So maybe that's how it goes. That or you just, I don't know, you've gone crazy or something. Put all these guys at a low tier, but pff, why would you ever do that? That would be scandalous of you. Yes, we'll take a look back at this tier list again. We see Klee, who is obviously should be a low tier. Because it's Klee. At least it's not mass murder. It is mass arson, so... Yeah. And there's Arlecchino, mass murder. I hear a lot of people. They like Dottore, the doctor. They like the doctor. Despite him being one of the biggest mass murderers there. And they say, and I quote, "He's hot." And I think to myself, what the world's come to in the past years. Because back in my day, if they murdered somebody, then, oh my goodness, they murdered somebody, especially if they didn't have any form of reason, right? And now they're like, well, if he's hot, it's fine. Like, what? What has the world come to? Do they only care about looks? Like, come on. Anyway, Jehoda needs to be S tier. My girl, my cat. She's never murdered a fly. Actually, she's totally murdered flies. But not a person. Yes. Hasn't done any sort of mass murder, yada yada. I'll gladly take that. I can't say I'm a fan of the mass murder whole shtick. So, lovely. Yes, you put Kenichi and Zilonin on the same tier. And Auroron? Why him? He just hides in a corner hoping nobody sees him while thinking about vegetables. That's his parts. That's what he does. I don't see a divide, so... Yoimiya too? I don't like this girl at all. How's... the same tier as Kenichi? Are you crazy? Okay, I kind of see it with Yoimiya. I just don't like her. I don't like her. She's less outgoing Mualani if she was into politics. Politics and also creating explosives. Yeah, that's an issue. Big issue. Anyway. Let's see. I see Xingto here as well. Quite frankly, I would give him 5.2 Yelp stars. I don't know what it is about him. I just hate him. So, seeing him in the same, tier as Rosaria kind of makes me feel a little interesting there. Kind of makes me interested in what Rosaria's job is. Maybe I should take it up. Not anyone in particular, unless your name is Xingto, huh? But I have to assume... We'll go back to the first one here. I have to assume that it goes... From what I am aware of... Ones you like. I think we're gonna go S tier, and then it goes down from there. So, how many tiers are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay. So we'll go S, A. There's like nobody in B because that's how it goes. S, A, nobody in B. And now we will go C, D, F. C, D, F. Yep. I think that is how it goes. I think that's how you put your tier list. And if I'm wrong, good luck me, I guess. There's not a lot. There's a lot of people cut off on the sides as well. How are those technical difficulties coming along? Yeah. Kind of like seeing, Sino right next to, Jehoda. I feel like they'd go well together, and I ship them. Just like I ship the Atlantic and the Pacific. Yay. Oh, Tainari, he is... I feel like this would be a great plane seat. You know, just those three together. Tainari, Jehoda, Sino, they're all sitting together on a 10-hour flight. These two are talking. Tainari's trying to go to bed. He's not going to be able to, obviously. Be a great little group of people there. Anything else I should mention about this tier list? Where the mass murderers placed? You're one. I know I like her because she's hot, but she is a mass murderer, so you know, yeah. Are you a mass murderer? Yeah, I think you are, but it's for the good of the people, so it's probably fine. Who else is a mass murderer? You would love to be a mass murderer. Yeah, feel your business, you dead girl. You, could have been a mass murderer. You did detonate large numbers of explosives. And in the general area of people. So, yeah. You're Klee. You're a mass murderer. Arlecchino, I think, is a mass murderer. On to the next one, which I think this is bottom. No, this is top. Never mind. Top of the tier list, right? Who do I know is a mass murderer? Wow. There's nobody here that I know of as a mass murderer. Actually, never mind. You are. Kujo Sara. General of the thing. She worked with Raiden Shogun in order to murder people. There's a whole war. War murders people. I guess if we kind of go in that regard, well, you can kind of go with Homer or whatever. Because yada yada yada. But, you know. It's whether it's good or not is decided by the winners. That's a quote somewhere, I think. Oh, you made it into a video? Sweet. Let me go look at it. Let's see here. Okay, the full tier list. Which, yeah, I seem to have guessed wrong. You have later listed in the based on design, personality, not backstory. Smiley. Okay. Yes, you have in the here listed in the Queens a mass murderer. Alright. Another mass. You got 3 mass murderers? At least they're all hot. Well, I don't know about you. The Queens. Okay. Very nice. Understood. Navia's a great one. You have 2 dead girls here too. Is that a thing? Do you like dead girls that much? Huh. Yeah. Mia. I mean, it looks pretty decent there. You also like cat girls, apparently. Yeah, I see the resemblance. Yeah. Solid. Okay. Solid. Jukro. Yeah, these are fine. Yao Yao needs to be... I don't know how to say this in a nice enough way. Yeah, I thought this was the lower part of the tier list when I was guessing, so it's weird seeing it as the higher part. And the solid section, because Jehoda is not high enough. Jehoda needs to go higher. You like cats. Then why is Jehoda not higher? She is a cat. Look at her. Matcha, yada yada yada. Yeah, seems fine enough. Meh. Okay. Could have sworn you had done. Okay. Sure you did. Man, Mona? Oh my goodness, I forgot Mona existed. She needs to go higher. I like her. I like her brokenness. Rosaria, mass murderer. But at least she's hot. Yeah. Seems to have fine. Definitely have a change on the outgoing ones here. Oh my goodness, you haven't been able to see my mouse the whole time. How annoying. Yes. Scroll, yeah. A little change on the outgoing ones here. Turned mad because I lost 50-50. Girl. Boy. I don't know. I've lost 2 50-50s to Mona. Ha. Ha ha. Butter and very nice. Thanks. Alright. Other side. In the I don't really like you. Which I thought was S tier. I thought this was S. Oh boy. Because, you know, I saw people like Columbina, yeah, Mavuika, Yansan. I'm like, oh yeah, everybody likes these. These are like universally liked, especially Columbina right now. She's great. I like her. You apparently don't. I don't get it. I thought you did. But, you know, okay. Don't like Mavuika. Man. Scaramouche! Oh, who put Scara in the same tier as Columbia? I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, this mass murderer? How? How are they similar? Look, it's Katrina! She runs a cake shop! And you're like, yeah, she's just as good as this mass murderer dude who's not even real. He's a puppet and is just really annoying in general. How? Do you have that much disdain for little Kachina here? She makes cakes! She runs a sweet shop! No! Oh my goodness. Okay, in the ... tier, we have... why are you here? Why are you here, Aloy? Why are you here? Oh my goodness. And Dory, Lisa. I mean, I can kind of understand these guys. You're interesting. Like, I can kind of understand it. Traveler, I don't... Why Traveler? Why is Traveler here? Like, Traveler's the one you play as. Like, everyone should know the Traveler. You've committed war crimes against the state of humanity for putting Farina in ... tier. How dare you do such a scandalous action? Repent for your sins. And then the I don't know who you are tier, where you have people who have yet to release. So, that makes sense. If you're paying attention to the lore, you know who this girl is. She's been mentioned since literally the release of the game. Like, come on. Even I know that. Anyway, this tier list gets a rating of 3.7 Yelp stars. So, yep, that's what I have to give to this one. Because you're pulling for, and then you did one more banner on for us. Okay. Ah, boy. You disappoint me. Don't read. Oh boy. Okay. So, I thank you for watching this great tier list video. I hope you learned a lot about various things like sign language, Bochi the Rock, how strong Sukuna is, and what To Be Hero X means. Still friends, right? If it makes you sleep at night. I thank you for watching my great live stream. As always, I will be back at some other time. Yeah, that sounds about right. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.